Ha 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 ha. What up? What up? Top of the top. What's the business? What's popping? What's cracking? What's good? Hopefully everybody having a good morning. Rise and shine. You understand? What's up, Alan? What's up, my brother? Straight from England, first on the pull up as usual, as normal. You understand? What's good? Lil Keith, I see y'all. We about to get started today. We got a few things to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be too long today, but I'm definitely going to get to the point, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to get up out of here because I got a few things to do. Actually, I got a little busy week, but I'm definitely going to give to the people what I got to give to the people because you know how we do over here. We family. What's up, G-Mac 914? What up, bro? Blue Money. Grown Man Talk. What up, Pete? Top of the top. That's why subscribe to the channel, Grown Man Talk. Hit the like button, all notifications, should I say, you know what I'm saying? And stay tuned because we got a whole lot coming. You dig? And I'm definitely say good morning to the people. And we live right now. We got a few things to talk about. And it's the 4NOFAME Primetime episode 54. Lil Wayne is facing criminal charges for allegedly pulling a gun on his bodyguard. Basically, his bodyguard snitched on him. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into that. We also gonna talk about how New York City announces the first national, or should I say, the first in the nation to mandate the vax. You know what I'm saying? And that's for small private businesses, meaning everybody that has a business has to comply or they will be shut down. And they only got 3 weeks. Good morning, Miss Playful, the net detective. How you doing this morning, Queen? John Shaft, what up, bro? Y'all know how we do. Boss B, I see y'all pulling in. Pull up to the pull up. Y'all come on in. You heard? I'm gonna also be speaking about Virgil Abloh, you know, the one that just recently passed away. They had a big memorial in Chicago yesterday. All the celebrities were there. And this is also the same place where, you know, Jussie Smollett case is going on. You understand? I don't know if y'all noticed. You notice you haven't been hearing too much hype about the Chicago murders no more, neither. You notice that's not headline news no more. But I'm pretty sure still people getting clipped in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm also going to speak on the major storm that's been going on in Hawaii the past 2 days. Or the past 2 days. In 2 days, they got 14 inches of rain, and it's still raining. And they say that it's going to be mudslides, and it's going to get real ugly in Hawaii. And for those that don't know, Hawaii have a lot of people that are homeless. And not only homeless, you have a lot of people in Hawaii that live off the land. They live off the beaches. They live in the you know what I'm saying? They live in the, you know, in the wilderness part. And not all of them are homeless. A lot of them just like to live off the land out there. You dig? And they also got 1,200 people around the volcano area without power. And you got to also remember with Hawaii, this is the year anniversary of Pearl Harbor. So that's why I'm gonna touch on some things today. You dig? So let's check it out. I'm going to Lil Wayne real quick. We know Lil Wayne, he been in trouble with the law a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? But right now, Lil Wayne is facing criminal charges for allegedly pulling a gun on his bodyguard. The news has been brought to light by a spokesman for the LA Sheriff Department. According to page 6, the Malibu is called the Lost Hills, you know, the Lost Hills Station, that's the part of Malibu, received an assault with a deadly weapon call, you know what I'm saying? And the call was made December 1st at 1:40 a.m. when police arrived. A Hispanic man accused Lil Wayne of turning their verbal altercation into a physical altercation. And he says that Lil Wayne pulled the gun on him in the bathroom. You understand? That's what he said. And Wayne's attorney accused the bodyguard of leaking Lil Wayne's photos to the press without his permission. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's trying to say. You know what I'm saying? But the bodyguard claims he went to the bathroom and Lil Wayne put the AR-15 on him. You understand? Because you got to understand something, right? For those who don't know, Lil Wayne is only 5'5". So in my mind, allegedly, what I think happened was, boy probably took some pictures of Lil Wayne when he was asleep or something, probably, you know what I'm saying? Whatever he was doing without his permission. Bodyguard, he had to be kind of big. And he probably thought he was just going to punk Lil Wayne and do what he wanted to do because they got into a verbal altercation, which means they had a back and forth. They was beefing. Now, guess what? You beefing with me in my crib. You taking pictures of me. So obviously you must think I'm soft, right? You think he probably thought because Lil Wayne was 5'5", he was just going to violate Lil Wayne. So Lil Wayne had to go get that AR-15 and put it in that boy's face. You hear me? To let that bodyguard know, don't play with me. Because don't forget, Lil Wayne is the homie. That's the bro. You understand? And he's Lil Wayne. He's only 5'5". So he ain't got time to be trying to fight no bodyguard or throw no bodyguard out his house. But he had to pull that AR-15 out on that boy to let him know, don't be playing with me like that. You heard? And what this dude did, he snitched on Lil Wayne. He called the sheriff department and dropped a dime. You dig? Because I told you a lot of people in these last days are going to be snitching and telling. And this is a perfect example right here. And this is the same man, Lil Wayne, been putting money in his pocket, but he gonna violate that man and take a picture of him without his permission or consent. And then we know you can get a lot of money off of these celebrity photos. You feel me? They'll take the photos and sell them and then act like they don't know where the pictures came from. So Lil Wayne, he put an AR-15 in this man's face to let him know, don't play with me like that. And this same bodyguard went and snitched and dropped a dime to the sheriff department. So now Lil Wayne is allegedly facing criminal charges in LA, in California. And it just shows you how, remember I told you, it's the people around you, the people you let in your home that will violate you. You dig? That will straight violate you. And I'm pretty sure he put a lot of money in his man's pocket. But dude is a snitch for no reason at all. Because he knew Lil Wayne wasn't gonna shoot him. You feel me? But Lil Wayne had to let that boy know, don't play with me like that. Don't be here taking pictures of me in my crib and think you're gonna cash out on me and I'm up here looking out for you. You feel me? That's why he waited till he went to the bathroom. And y'all know the bathroom is a small box. There's not too much room in that bathroom. So he made sure he put that AR out on him in that bathroom. So he had that man trapped in that bathroom. Let him know. You feel me? And for a lot of people who don't know, some people will put your lights out in the bathroom because it's easy to clean you up in that tub. You feel me? Allegedly. You did? But Lil Wayne put that AR-15 in his face with that big clip on it and let that bodyguard know, don't play with me. You heard? Allegedly. Like I said, it just shows you when you let people in your home, they get comfortable. There's some people start stealing, going through your refrigerator, going in rooms they ain't supposed to be in. And then what they do? They want to take pictures of this man and try to cash out. And all that man Lil Wayne did was address him. He addressed him, had a verbal altercation, meaning a back and forth. You did, meaning Wayne checked him. But he probably didn't like the way Wayne checked him and tried to get a little extra. He probably tried to get a little super on Lil Wayne. And Lil Wayne said, I got something for you. He went and got that AR-15 and put it in his face, allegedly. You dig? Because some people, they're not going to play with you. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Shantae. Kashana Brown. Salute. Get that money. What's the business? It's one of them days right here. Y'all know how it is. Some days gonna drag. You understand? But guess what? We're gonna get through this. So Lil Wayne, he's facing criminal charges because his bodyguard snitched on him. I'm trying to tell you, so many people gonna be snitching in these last days. I'm telling you. You might not even pull no weapon out on somebody. You could just say something out your mouth and they're gonna tell and press charges on you. I'm telling you what's going on. Because anytime you got a bodyguard snitching on the person they work for, did we not also hear about how Antonio Brown, how he got the false CDC card in which he paid $500, but who told on him? His chef. The chef that was in his crib making all his meals, looking out for him, he the one who snitched on him. And that same chef is suing Antonio Brown for $10,000. See, I'm showing you because you know what else happening? The bag is slowing up, things are changing. He probably told Lil Wayne probably told him, yo, bro, I'm about to cut back on your hours. He wasn't feeling that. You feel me? Because a lot of people hours are getting cut and their money is looking very funny. And then you got people that used to work for you, they changing on you. They switching up on you. So we got 2 cases of that. Antonio Brown, his chef snitched on him, and Lil Wayne, his bodyguard snitched on him. You see? I'm just showing you the pattern of what's going on. Everybody's going to be snitching in these last days. You know, a lot of people who don't got their stuff together, who not where they want to be in life, they're going to be ops. They're going to be telling every little thing. Watch what I tell you. Good morning, Rondell. Good morning. Salute to the queen. Y'all already know. Go subscribe to her channel, Rondell's Unpopular Opinion. You dig? Y'all know what time it is. I'm still trying to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to work with me for a minute. Next, moving right along to this topic right here. You know what I'm saying? And also, pardon me, shout out to my boy Jay Marvelous for the donation the other day. You understand? Yesterday, I received a donation. Salute to you, brother. You've been holding me down. You've been doing a whole lot, sharing my videos, putting your subscribers on to me and Grown Man Talk. You've been doing the most out of everybody. You've been doing a whole lot, brother. And I want to definitely, you know what I'm saying, say salute to you and thanks for all your support. And I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? That's a brother that showed genuine love to me and my peoples. You understand? That's a real brother right there. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Jay Marvelous. Also go subscribe to his channel because we trying to get him to 100,000. You heard? He almost there. We trying to get him to 100,000. You dig? And he has very good content. And he definitely gives his views and opinions on things. And he also brings things to the light. You understand? And that brother showed me a lot of love. He got a lot of respect for me. And I got respect for him. You dig? And I got to speak on that because he's a so-called big YouTuber that comes down, you know, when I was under 1,000, he listened to my content and respected my content. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Keep doing your thing, keep grinding, because you never know who's listening. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got something to offer. Everybody got something to say. And we can't all say everything the same way. And we definitely don't have the same voice. You understand? So keep doing your thing for all those who do what they do and keep grinding. Don't get discouraged and don't get distracted. You know what I'm saying? Moving right along. Boom. In Chicago, they had the memorial for Virgil Abloh. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call him. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but his name is Virgil. Y'all know Virgil. You know, he was known as Kanye West homeboy, the CEO of Off-White brand. We had this conversation. I spoke on this last week. A lot of people didn't know about off-brand because off-brand is not in your local stores. You did. A lot of people, when they buy that off-brand, they shop online or they go to certain boutiques or certain exclusive stores that had his products because he was charging stuff like $900 for Air Force Ones, you know, $500, $600, $700, $800,000 for Jordans. You know, he had his own little patent he put on. He basically used to mix with a lot of brands and then put his spin and his twist on it. And I don't know if it was the fabrics he used. I don't know really what it was, but I never really understood what made his products cost so much money. But the rappers, the entertainers, they always wear his clothing. They always wore his off-brand clothing. You did. I know for one reason, like I told y'all before, the main reason a lot of celebrities wore his clothing was to separate themselves from the average people. You know, you might, like I told you, you might have a pair of Jordans or a pair of Air Force Ones you bought out of Foot Locker that was $100, $200. But they would specifically go buy the Off-White to spend that extra money to separate themselves from the average Joe or the average woman that was rocking that same clothing. So they would deal with Off-White just to be exclusive, you dig? And he basically was making his clothes in the same price range of Gucci, you know, Louis Vuitton, Fendi, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to compete with them. So, but, you know, being that his clothing line became successful due to the rappers, and the people that follow the rappers, they got him a spot, you know what I'm saying, for the, you know, being a designer for Louis Vuitton. And yesterday in Chicago, they had the memorial service. The memorial service went down Monday at the Museum of Contemporary in Chicago. You dig? And it was a lot of different people there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people showed up. Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, Tyler the Creator. He held a ceremony. He was like the MC or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Kid Cudi. You know, dress wearer, the dude that wears the wedding gowns but ain't getting married. You understand? He was there. Frank Ocean was there. Y'all see where I'm going with this, right? Yeah, y'all see where I'm going. According to the reports, there was a lot of weirdos there. You did, but they was all in all black. And to me, it sounded like it was a ritualistic ceremony. You did, in my opinion, because you got to remember, when you're dealing with certain energies, some people love funerals, and then you got some people, and then you got the higher ups that know the only way to get people to come together is through a funeral. Sometimes y'all know that with your own family. You got family members, you don't see them, they don't hear, you don't hear from them, they don't call you, they don't check on you, but it takes a funeral for the whole family to come together and everybody want to finally talk to each other. You see what I'm saying? I peeped this sickness years ago. Actually, like when my grandmother passed in 2009, it started a whole lot of drama in my family. It went reverse in my family. You know what I'm saying? You know, some families come together after death, some families break up after death. You know what I'm saying? But it was the matriarch of my family, my grandmother, that held my whole family together, even when people didn't like each other. You understand? And when she passed, a lot of people stopped perpetrating fraud in my family and they went in their own direction. You dig? But in this situation, in Hollywood, you always will see they always have to have an event to bring everybody together. After that, you know, after service, it might be a party that night. It might be a party that day. It's basically going to be a big gathering. And some of these funerals are the only way to get all the celebrities to sometimes be on vacation. You did, because they don't come together unless they really get in a bag. Y'all know that they're not going to all come together unless they get in a bag. So to reverse that note, they only come together when it's a death. You understand? You'll see it again and again and again. You see, how many memorial services have you seen the past couple of years? But these are the events that bring the elite and the higher up together in one location. You did, one city. They bring all that energy together and they throw in they all black and they start, you know, some of them be showing off, you know, things like that, because this happened in Chicago. And Rihanna, she was also there with A$AP Rocky. You know what I'm saying? She had A$AP, you know, they was holding hands and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And Lauryn Hill sang. And I'm pretty sure it sounded like a very depressing environment because Lauryn Hill is not the same. And she kind of been acting like a weirdo in the past couple of years, you know, not showing up to shows on time, coming late, all type of stuff. She's been acting very weird. And ever since she didn't want to comply with the industry, you see her career has been basically in the toilet bowl, but she still gets a little money here and there because a lot of people do love Lauryn Hill and they still respect her from back in the days. That's why the only way you really could vibe with Lauryn Hill, let's be real, you got to listen to her songs that came out in 1997. But other than 1997, Lauryn Hill has really not been, she really has not been relevant. You dig? Let's be real. You understand? So if I say 97, we talking about 24 years ago since Lauryn Hill was lit. And she's very depressing to me when she sings. And she really acts like a weirdo. I'm gonna be real. But she was singing at this event, this memorial, and they said everybody was in tears. You did. They said it was a very depressing environment. You had weirdos like Kid Cudi. You did. Tyler the Creator. You heard about Tyler the Creator when he told you that Will Smith's son was his boyfriend. Y'all remember that? You heard it. You already know about Frank Ocean. You did. My point is this: you see where we going with this, right? You see where it's going. You did. But these are the people that was at the memorial service, because I know all of them like to wear Louis Vuitton. They like, you know, they like to be in a fashion show. But this also was a slick fashion show because it brought them together and they was able to, you know, get pictures by the paparazzi, you know, dressed up in their black apparel. You understand? Because they was paying homage to the Grim Reaper, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But we neither here nor there. And also, they say after this event, Kanye West was outside signing autographs. You understand? And this is also the same location, the same state where who? Jussie Smollett is also going to court. So all this was going on in Chicago yesterday. You feel me? So I'm just showing you how you got a little pattern what's going on. You dig? What's popping? Grown man talk once again. What up, P? I see you up early this morning, bro. Zip zap. Good morning, fam. I see you. DJ Manny Styles, what's the word? You heard? Yeah. We're gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna run through this. Like I said, it ain't gonna be a long show today, but I got to give you something, you know what I'm saying? Something to go on, you know what I'm saying? Something to go on, man. You know, I got to entertain, you know, I got to put on. And they say Kanye West was signing autographs at this memorial event. You know, he was in front still trying to get his shine on, and Virgil was supposed to be his man, but I don't think he did no speaking or nothing like that. I don't know. And like I said, also it's been reports that Virgil, he had a private battle with cancer. You dig? They say only people that knew about him having cancer was his closest friends. That's what they say. That's what they say. I don't know. But he had just been tapped head of Louis Vuitton men's line as their artistic director after a successful run as CEO of Off-White clothing. And the reason why I said it slow, because it was a key word I said. I don't know if people caught it. All right? Okay, boom. They said he had cancer, and only his closest friends knew. So that means he was getting sick, allegedly. But my point is, how could he just get the Louis Vuitton job if he had cancer? And why would he take the job if he already knew he just got cancer? You see what I'm saying? A lot of some of this don't make sense. When you sick with cancer, the first thing you try to do is focus on your treatment. You try to get right. But he had just been tapped the head of Louis Vuitton men's as their artistic director, and now he's up out of here. He had cancer at 41. It just came fast, took him out. Nobody didn't know he had it, just close friends, and now he out of here. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. This whole situation is crazy. But I swear, that's why I say I got to leave that alone, because I thought a lot of cancer patients like to recuperate, but he just got a job. Now, I don't know if he had it before he got the job. Now, if he had it and then so-called got the job, that's still kind of suspect. You feel me? Because like I said, my point is this: if you're fighting cancer, you still know you got to get chemotherapy. So how you going to go to the office? Or my point is this: if you're going to the office and you still got to work, people are going to know that you're sick. They're going to see you're sick. You're not going to move the same. You're not going to be able to eat the same. Then let's say, okay, if he got it after he got the job, but that's just a hell of a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? And they say some things do coincide, but hey, it's mighty funny. He got to the top of the tree, and then he got sick with cancer. Kind of like the same thing happened to that dude from Black Panther. You know, that was one of the biggest movies, and he out of nowhere he got cancer. You did? And these are the so-called people that's supposed to be the healthiest. That's why I don't get it. You got all the money, you know, they got all the opportunity to eat good, eat right, and somehow they always, you know, they either die of cancer or overdose or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand these people. But that's none of my business, and that's all allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Moving right along. It's been a big storm in Hawaii. And this storm has been going on for over 48 hours, and it's up to 14 inches of rain and counting, meaning it didn't even start raining yet, and it's still raining. And y'all know Hawaii is an island, and it's going to be a whole lot of flooding. And it also said about 1,200 people are without power in the volcano areas. You know what I'm saying? They said first it was 7,000 people without power, and they restored some of the power, but it's 1,200 people without power. You understand? And they basically saying they don't know when the power is going to be back on, and it's still raining, it's still flooding. They also said they're expecting mudslides, which means the land is going to be collapsing in certain areas. It's going to be sinkholes, things of that nature. And they don't know when the power is going to be back on or when this rain is going to actually stop. And they also said that it has been 3 county shelters. You know, they opened up 3 specific shelters due to this event. And they opened up 3 shelters because a lot of people in Hawaii are going to be homeless. You understand? And what you got to also understand, like I told you earlier in the beginning, a lot of people it was already a high homeless epidemic in Hawaii, because Hawaii has some of the beautifulest weather. And a lot of people was living in tents off of the beaches. A lot of people was living off, you know, in the areas off the beach in a little wooded area. A lot of people in Hawaii was living off the land, you know. Some were homeless, yes. Some are victims of the opioid crisis. But then you have some people that did get income. They just like to live in Hawaii and live in tents and live off the land. You know, you got some people in America that like to live off the land. They like to live in, you know, they like to live um on something like, I would say, green. They don't want to live with cars. They don't want to live with nothing that deals with electricity. You know those type of people, those green people. It's a lot of people in America that like to live in the woods. And it's a fact. I've seen this myself. It's some people that live in the woods to this day. See, a lot of people don't know that. It's people that live in the woods right now. You understand? You'll be surprised. They got jobs and all that, but they live in the woods. And it's going to be a lot of homeless people. That's why they opened up 3 shelters. But this the kicker. This week is the 80th anniversary for Pearl Harbor, and we know that happened in Hawaii. This is the 80-year anniversary for Pearl Harbor. And this same week, they got smacked with a storm. And they say it's going to be sinkholes and mudslides, and the water is already 14 inches, you understand? Which means 1 foot and a couple of inches. You know, that's about past the ankle. And like I say, what I was told, whatever they say on the news, you gotta sometime you gotta double them numbers up sometime, or you gotta throw some more to that number because it's probably higher than 14 inches. You did. And they say they don't know when the power gonna be on, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna clean that out enough. And this also has to do with the infrastructure bill, because after this powerful storm tear Hawaii out the frame, it's gonna have to be rebuilt. And when it has to be rebuilt, it's gonna be rebuilt with new technology. You dig? The weather also works as a demolition program. You know, the weather is the quickest way to knock down a city and then rebuild it. You know what I'm saying? Because after the storm clears, all the bags come out. All the construction work got to be done, electrician work. You understand? All the companies got to, you know, they get a chance to come back out. And this all this applies to that. I told you, you're going to see destruction, demolition. You're going to see a whole lot of things because it all coincides to America has to be rebuilt. And don't get me wrong, okay? Not only do you have a lot of old properties, like that have not been upkept. Y'all heard about slum landlords, you know, slum lords. Y'all know it's a lot of property that's infested with insects, roaches, rats, lead, asbestos. A lot of places where people live at in America are old and corrupted and it has to be rebuilt. You understand? You got to remember that. But not only, like I told you, not only do the buildings have to be rebuilt, the people have to be rebuilt, because the people have become corrupted, lazy, beggars, thieves, scammers, opioid heads, and the people also have to be rebuilt. So a lot of them, they're the ones that get caught up in these storms or these crises. And that's going to bring me to the next topic, because we do have a big topic in New York City, a big crisis. And this crisis is called the mandate. And guess what? They only got 3 weeks to comply with this mandate. You dig? And that goes for the corner stores, the bodegas, you understand, the mom and pop spots. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. New York City announces it's first in the nation. They are the first in the nation to mandate the vaccine for private companies. And I always know this. So for people who don't around the world don't know this, whatever happens in New York first, you always see it happens in New York first, and then it goes around America. You understand? Because New York is the home base when it comes to banking, communications, networking. The whole world focuses on New York for all this information. Why you think the top media companies in the world are in New York City? NBC, CBS, ABC. That's where all the news breaks, because that's where it all starts at. That's what sets the agenda. So when the Mayor de Blasio let it be known that these businesses only got 3 weeks to comply, best believe it's going to be coming to your city and your town very soon. And then you got certain businesses that don't want to comply, right? you got people that own these businesses that don't want to comply for their own beliefs. Like you got people that I'm gonna say you got people like that deal with the Islamic faith. Like you got Arabs. We call them Arabs. You know, the corner store. They don't believe in getting vaccinated. You got certain religious people that don't believe in none of that. So their back is going to be against the wall, and some of them are going to be forced to shut their store down because we also know in New York City, it is a lot of bootleg stores. There's a lot of stores that indulge in criminal behavior, allegedly. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. And this is their way to make them comply because they're going to get their store ran down on, but they're going to get their store shut down. And I told y'all, this is all part of the program. You dig? The program is things have to be cleaned up and reset. And that's why they're putting the pressure on these businesses. And guess what? A lot of people are going to quit, and a lot of people are going to make themselves homeless. And a lot of people are going to lose position in life. And they're doing it in New York City. We already spoke about how it's certain spots. Basically, you can't go places without, if you ain't fully vaxxed, you can't even come in a restaurant. They don't want your business. They do not want your business. You understand? Because it's something going on. And I told you everything is turning around. This ain't got nothing to do with back in the days because now we're dealing with a whole new world. You understand? And a lot of people, like I said, have been taught to be scared of the boogeyman. They have been taught to only look at things from one perspective. Therefore, they never see the whole picture of what's going on. But Mayor de Blasio, he gave small businesses, because all the big businesses already complied. We know the city, we know people was protesting, all of that. But small businesses, he gave them 3 weeks to comply, or they will be shut down. You understand? And he said that the combination of the new variant that starts with the O, y'all know what I'm talking about, the new variant, and due to holiday gathering, it forced him to take these steps. You dig? So that's basically what he's saying. Due to the new variant, and and a vacation coming up, basically we know New York is overcrowded with a lot of people because a lot of people don't know that New York City is not that big. It's just a whole lot of people living on the top of each other. You understand? That's why there's so many different attitudes, a lot of frustration. People are popped for no reason because we've been forced to live in certain conditions on top of each other. You dig? And it causes a lot of agitation and aggravation. You understand? And this is also why he's trying to say that the city has to be, mandated. You dig? Because he's giving you a date. You feel me? Because you're gonna have to have a date with that doctor to get that medicine. You feel me? You're gonna have to have that date. And he has set the date. He gave you 3 weeks to comply. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. All this got to do with a lot of business and basically getting criminal activity off the street. Now let's be real. For those my people that know about the garment district, we know it's a lot of businesses that be up there bootlegging clothes. You feel me? Got illegal workers. Y'all forgot about that. See, y'all forgot about all the businesses that got illegal workers here with no green card, working on that grill. Y'all forgot? This is for them. Chinese restaurants, Spanish restaurants, all these different Russian restaurants, Vietnamese, all of these small businesses, Chinatown, they got all these people working in these places. They're not even, some of them not supposed to even be here. So this is the mayor way of, putting that fire under them and G-checking their business, making sure everybody got legal paperwork. Because if they don't comply, they're going to get shut down. Because remember, to get that medicine, you got to show what? ID. You got to show your what? Credentials. You got to show if you're a citizen. See? And a lot of people, they're not going to be able to do that, so they're going to get low. That's why I told you all of these events also got to do with criminal activity. That's why I keep telling you, if you're doing the right thing, right, you have nothing to worry about. If you're a business owner, you pay your taxes. You don't have to be worried about nothing. If you got a job, you got a check. You work for a company, a thorough company. You have nothing to worry about. If you have a nonprofit organization, you have nothing to worry about. A lot of this is for the people who are not supposed to be here, the people that don't want to comply, the people that don't want to pay taxes, the people that are walking around here swindling, scamming, finessing, getting by, using the American dollar, sending it back home, using the American dollar, put it in the drugs, using the American dollar, trying to buy people. It's a lot of different things going on. But I told y'all from the beginning, a lot of this got to do with tracking. Y'all know I always told you, got to do with tracking. You understand? Because a lot of people did not comply with the Census Bureau. People don't like to comply with the census. We know this. And this is a national census going on. That's what you're seeing in your face. Part of this got to do with census being accounted for. You dig? I'm telling you what I know on that part. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, allegedly, you know what I'm saying, disclaimer. Because I'm not here to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just reporting the news. That's all I'm doing. I ain't doing too much. But New York City is definitely, you know what I'm saying, they've been mandated, they only got 3 weeks. And a lot of people have been tricked into being homeless because they were so scared of that shot, feel me? People had good jobs, but they were so scared and they were so, you know what I'm saying, they panicked. A lot of people quit their job. And now guess what? Once you quit, you can't come back. So some people threw their pension down the drain. They threw their 10 years, 20 years, 15 years. They threw their life down the drain because they was reacting instead of doing research. And a lot of people are homeless because of that right now. And then they got on that unemployment. And I got to remember, they was doubling the unemployment on purpose to get you comfortable. And that also made some people quit their job because they wanted that free unemployment for a year, for 6 months. They wanted that double up money, that free money. And that was like the same thing you do when you go fishing. When you go fishing, you throw that line in that water to catch them fish. It's called bait. You know what I'm saying? They threw that bait out there called unemployment. And we're going to double it. A lot of people left their job to get that unemployment so they can have a nice vacation, go to Miami, you know what I'm saying? Go to Vegas. And that's what a lot of people did. That's why you see over the whole summer, everybody was traveling, going everywhere, spending money, shopping, balling. You see that the whole summer around the world. Y'all know that. Some people you knew never went nowhere in their whole life, but this summer they was going everywhere. You feel me? Because all that money was going on, but they had no idea what was going to happen in December. That's why you're going to see some people brought this on themselves, as far as being homeless, struggling with the bills right now, don't know where their next dollar coming from. Some people brought this on themselves. I'm going to be real, because it was a trick. Because they know, these businesses knew they had to downsize anyway. Why? Because minimum wage it's going up, salaries got to keep going up, money is going up. You know what I'm saying? And what they're doing now is cutting hours, they're cutting people, they're cutting down their roster so they can pay the people they need to pay the correct dollar. You feel me? That's how this thing works now. That's what's going on, man. So I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, yeah, McDonald's in New York. Okay, it start with 15 an hour. But how they finesse that deal is they only going to give you like 20 hours a week. They're not going to let you get 40 hours plus overtime, getting 15 an hour. No, they're going to give you that little money and then they're going to cut your hours so you can't really get a big bag. And that's what a lot of companies are doing. A lot of companies are doing the same thing. They give you 20 hours, 25 hours, but they're not going to let you get no overtime. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to let you they might only let you get 35 hours. That's the new game now. Cutting back on expenses. Everybody's disposable. You feel me? That's what's going on. But another thing has happened is Donald Trump announces his new social media site, and his social media platform is going to be the rival of Twitter, because we know that Donald Trump got banned from Twitter, you dig? But he created his own platform, so guess what? Now he can talk all the smack he want to talk. And in my opinion, this is a sign that he will be running for office again, in my opinion. He's setting his own stage up so nobody can silence him, and he can talk all the smack he want, and he can say everything he want to say. And he also built this platform for all his supporters around the country to tap in, and you know what I'm saying, they can get down with Trump now and support him. You feel me? And he's building this platform to compete with Twitter, because we know Twitter has many restrictions. As far as with the, people, y'all heard about people getting their Twitter account shut down, you know what I'm saying, because they've been saying certain things. And they also say that allegedly Twitter is controlled by allegedly, that's what they say. And if you go against certain people on Twitter, your account will be shut down. Know that. So Donald Trump has created his own platform, his own social media site to be the rival of Twitter. And this also goes to what we was talking about on how you have to be your own boss. You can't always cry and complain when you can't do something, when you can create your own lane. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. It starts with the mentality. Because see, don't nobody owe you nothing. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing for you. Like I said the other day, you can't complain about the government on one hand, and then on the other hand, you want them to make your life better. You want them to give you stuff. I'm trying to tell you, this is a bipolar behavior. You feel me? So when you got a problem with something, or you don't like something, you have the free will to do your own thing and separate yourself. That's how easy this works. You feel me? One thing about this country, they laid it down in Jamestown a long time ago. You also heard James Brown make the song. It's called "If You Don't Work, You Don't Eat." And that's the American way. And that's been going back. That was the slogan in Jamestown when they first came over here. Because when they came over here, when King James, when he sent the people over here, it came to a point when they ran out of food. When they ran out of food, they came up with the slogan is, "If you don't work, you don't eat." Because colonies. And then they also had to sign certain treaties with the natives because they had to get they was over here starving. So they had to try to work deals and break bread with the natives that was already here. And some natives, they didn't know what they was getting themselves into because, as original people, we got a good heart. We good individuals. We're not going to see you starving. So a lot of our people, they tried to help. And then in the long run, a lot of them got tricked out of their land. They got tricked out of their position. You feel me? Trying to help people. The same way I told you how you can try to help somebody right now, and that same person will finesse you in the end. And you be like, man, I let this person stay with me. Now they got right on their feet and give me no money, and now they're going to turn on me. See? Y'all see this all the time. But this been happening since back in the day. Another thing I'm going to speak on while I'm on that topic is we had a conversation the other day about race and about a lot of people got a conception about how they think Europeans just came over here and started just pillaging everything. But it wasn't like that. The natives were already fighting each other in certain locations. See, y'all don't know that. It was many different tribes here, many different systems within those tribes, and a lot of tribes was beefing. Just like I'm gonna break it in street terms. You got the Bloods, the Crips, Latin Kings, Mexican Mafia. You get what I'm going? MS-13. This was going on back then. You had different tribes. Yeah, they was the same complexion. Yeah, they had some of the same customs, but they was not getting along. So what was when the French came, some natives would piece up with the French. Why? Because the French would get them guns, and they would take them guns and then go bang on the other natives they already had beef with before the Europeans came over here. You feel me? You got to know about the tribes. You got to study your history. You feel me? When the British came, certain natives showed them loves because they wanted some of them guns so they can bang on their rivals. So I'm trying to tell you, this selling out thing been going on a long time ago. You feel me? When the Spanish came, they gave certain natives guns to bang on their ops. You see? And everything wasn't raping and pillaging. I'm trying to tell you, you need to wake up and do some studying and stop being stupid. That's why we was talking about everybody coming together. Guess what? We ain't never all gonna come together. Because you know why? A lot of people gonna have hate in their heart. A lot of people always gonna be confused. Some people always are gonna be willing to sell out. And that's just how it's always gonna be. It's been happening since the beginning of the time. But see, I don't know your history. And I'm gonna say it again for those who are slow. Right? When the Spanish came, they gave certain Native Americans guns to bang out, to bang on their ops. Because we know back then we was beefing. We might have been beefing with throwing rocks at each other, bows and arrows. I know about that. But then certain tribes got the ups on certain other tribes because they pieced up with the Europeans and they got guns. And when they got them guns, they went back and killed them ops. They had them bow and arrows. It just so happened they was killing their own people. You got to study Geronimo, things like that. Watch the movie Geronimo. Read about Geronimo. You dig? And you'll see throughout time, they always had a Native American or original man on the front lines to do the what? Negotiating, to speak the language, and also to do the killing, allegedly. You feel me? Same thing when the Europeans came. I told you this again and again. When the Europeans came, they had the Moors on the front line because the Moors were very dark-skinned complected, and they was able to walk up and communicate with the natives that was already in America. That's why you will see when Columbus and them came in 1492, y'all know they first went where? They first went down bottom first because that was the route. Hispaniola, which is now known as Haiti and the Dominican Republic. When you're dealing with Cuba and all of that. Puerto Rico, Columbus and them went down there first. The Spanish went down there first. That's why to this day, those countries speak Spanish. It's been going on since back then. Then they worked their way up from down there and pillaged the whole South America, all from the bottom all the way up. The Spanish. And for those that don't know, when you look in South America, you will see it's plenty of pyramids there. But you was only taught to believe that it's only pyramids in Africa. You dig? So a lot of you always want to praise Africa, but you don't even understand it's pyramids right here in South America. Many different civilizations was already here. You got to study Columbus' journal and how he spoke about how the natives here was stupid and it was real simple and they was basically soft. And he said we basically could take their gold. We ain't got to do nothing. We could take their gold. When Columbus and them came and they seen all that gold in South America and down bottom, they said it's lit. And they just started taking everything and pillaging everything. Because remember, the natives was here doing their own thing. When the Spanish came, guess what? They had on their armor. They came in armor on horses. A lot of people don't know horses come from Europe. The Mustang, certain horses that can travel certain miles without needing water. This is the technology they used back then when they came to America. And then you had, like I told you, you had some Native Americans selling out for them horses. They wanted them horses, they wanted them guns, and they was working out deals, giving them land. You feel me? All type of stuff. But y'all don't know that. Because you taught to just have anger, be mad at everything. You listen to on the TV. You think everybody was your leader. You think everything you heard is the truth, but you ain't do your own research. And it's right in your face. They don't hide it. It's no more secrets no more. I told you that. We in the time of revelation. What it say? Seek and you shall find. A lot of you don't want to seek. You just want to run your mouth. So you don't understand that. You hear me? When the Spanish came here, they was pillaging because they seen all that gold and they seen all them fly pyramids, all them paintings, all them coloring, all them stones, all that architecture. They was like, whoa, it's lit. So when they got permission to come here, their whole permission was to come here to take the gold and pillage. And that's what they did. So once they slaved South America, they started working their way up. But when that's why you got to know about the Pueblos, you did. When they got to New Mexico, they got sent back home packing. But see, you don't know about that. You feel me? The Spanish, when they tried to bang out with the Pueblos, when they came to New Mexico, which architecture still there to this day, they got banged on and they got sent home. And that whole thing happened also when the Spaniards, they had Moors to go communicate with the Pueblos to infiltrate, but eventually they all got sent home packing and they left. But you don't know about the Pueblo Wars. You don't know about that because you don't know about New Mexico. You only worried about certain states. That's it. You only worry about the states you was told to worry about. You worry about ATL, Florida, Georgia, but you don't know about New Mexico. You don't know about Utah. You don't know about all the histories right here in America, but you always looking overseas and everywhere else. You always want to be black, but you don't understand who you are. You dig? So you don't know the Spanish got sent packing, but before they would do that, the Spanish gave out guns and horses. You know what I'm saying? So the natives can go back to natives. You dig? And then when the French came, they did the same exact thing. When the French came, they pieced up with certain Indians, gave them horses, gave them guns, and gave them what? Liquor, alcohol. Because the natives, they was like green beans. They was green. They didn't know about stuff like that. The same way some of you would sell out for some liquor, you'll sell out for a car, you'll sell out for a few dollars. They was doing that back then. You understand? You got to know about the whole Louisiana Purchase with the French control. When the French came here, it was certain Indians banging with the French. You dig? It's certain. You got to know your history, man. You feel me? That's why to this day taxes go back to certain places. You also gonna understand that They broke down the land and they broke bread. You know what I'm saying? The Europeans broke bread. You understand? Europe, you look, England, y'all gonna have that. France, y'all had that part. You know what I'm saying? Spanish, y'all had that part, and we all gonna eat together. You feel me? And we're gonna have these people banging on each other, and we gonna get them out the way. You feel me? And that's happening to this day. But y'all don't know that. And it also was a lot of race mixing back then. Everything wasn't raping and pillaging. Some things was people selling out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of native tribes, they married Europeans. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand that. A lot of things wasn't always violations. Some things was agreed upon. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why in America, when you start getting a race, you're going to keep going on for days. You can talk about race for 20 years straight in one conversation because you're never going to get to the end, because some people will talk a whole lot, but they're not going to read nothing. They're not going to study. And all the history is right here. You know what I'm saying? It's right here. It's also been known that it's been pyramids in America, North America. You dig? But y'all don't know that. You think everything is Africa. You think everybody is all about Africa. That's all, because that's what you was told. That was put in your head from a child. You understand? And you don't understand it's African white people. Y'all don't understand it's white people that are whites that are African. Y'all don't understand that. You think they just went down there pillaging the land. You don't understand about white Africans. You don't understand. Y'all just so much stuff you don't understand. You feel me? But this is what happened. And my point is, a lot of the natives was banging on each other, showing weakness, and that's how they got conquered. Just like to this day, you see people from, let's give an example. People from New York banging on each other, and then what happens? They get conquered. That's how the rap game got stolen from you. That's why the rap game is everywhere in the world except for New York. You see some of the best actors like Denzel come from where? New York. Michael Jordan came from where? New York. But now you see them getting foreign players. You've seen a lot of foreign actors lately, haven't you? Haven't you been seeing a lot of foreign actors get those awards now? No more Denzels, right? I told you it's the end of so-called black domination. I told you that. But y'all didn't check the video. I told you about how it would be no more Jay-Z's, no more Puff Daddies, no more Denzels. It'd be no more Oprahs, no more none of that. Everybody's going to be foreign entities. You dig? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Basically, we already had our time. And that which goes up must eventually fall. People don't understand that. It's called musical chairs. Just like you heard about, it's time we had big dynasties and we ruled certain things, and you hear about certain time when we fell. And guess what? Whenever we fall, it's because we start banging on each other. We don't support each other. And guess what? The ops and the enemies, they say, yeah, let's get them. It's time now. Let's take it all, because they stupid. And that's what they did. They've been doing this, the same game for years and years and years. I keep telling you, America only been in existence for about 500 years, 400 years. It ain't even been around 1,000 years. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everything is right in your face, but you're too blind to see it. You heard? And that's why you get called dumb, deaf, and blind, because you don't want to believe nothing. You don't want to see nothing. Salute to the chat. I ain't mean to rant, but I had to drop something real quick. Kashana Brown, what's good? Blackbird, Big D. Hold on. Y'all know how I do, man. You know what I'm saying? What's the word? I see you, P. Grown man talk. Let's talk about it. I'm telling you, we gonna chop it up tonight. You understand? Grown Man Talk is a channel, man. Go subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay on point. Know what I'm saying? What's good? What's good, Latasha? I see you. Yeah. You're gonna learn something today. Y'all gonna learn something today. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't trying to be no teacher or no preacher, none of that. Sometimes I don't even know what I be talking about. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Don't put me in no category. I ain't in no category, no nothing. Because people will put you in a category. You know what I'm saying? I ain't none of that. I still do dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? But everything has to be revealed at a certain time. What up, Spot 'em, got 'em? Go subscribe to Spot 'em, got 'em. That's my bro. That's family right there. You heard? Told you, man. We all family over here, man. That's how we rock. John Shaft. You dig? John Shaft, always one of the top supporters. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we do. 46 people watching. You dig? We almost an hour in. Let me give a recap for those that just pulled up. Lil Wayne, and some people covered the story yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to look into it, but I got it. You know what I'm saying? I got into it this morning. And for those who don't know, Lil Wayne is facing criminal charges for allegedly pulling a gun on his bodyguard. You dig? The bodyguard was taking pictures of Lil Wayne without his consent, and Lil Wayne G-checked him. You know what I'm saying? And after Lil Wayne G-checked him, the bodyguard felt a certain way, and I guess he started flaring up and talking his little talk, and Lil Wayne went and got that AR-15 and put it in his face and let him back him down and let him know you need to watch your mouth. And don't be taking pictures of me without my consent and giving it to the press. Because I told you, you might get a picture of Lil Wayne, you might get sell that one picture for about $2,000, 2 bands, 2,500. You feel me? And we know this had to be a slimy bodyguard because basically I let you in my home and you up here taking pictures of me. You feel me? And he probably was taking pictures of that man when he wasn't looking his best, doing, how I go. You know how we all wake up in the crib. We wake up how we wake up. We chill in the crib, how we chill in the crib. You feel me? So he probably seen that as a time to take a picture of Lil Wayne. You understand? Or Lil Wayne could have been getting lit. He could have been turning up anything. You up here taking pictures, boy. What's wrong with you? I ain't tell you to do that. So when Lil Wayne confronted him on this situation, and I'm gonna say it again, Lil Wayne is only 5'5", and if he had a bodyguard, he had to be at least 6 feet plus. He had to have a little muscle on him. So Lil Wayne confronted him first he didn't have nothing. He confronted that man. They got into a back and forth, and when old boy kept getting a little extra, he didn't want to use that inside voice. For those that don't know, see, you got an outside voice, you got an inside voice. See, with somebody in your house and they talking with an outside voice, meaning they basing and talking reckless, that's when you got to back them down like Lil Wayne did. You don't let nobody bark you in your own house. So when old boy was barking on Lil Wayne in his own house, he had to go get that AR-15, allegedly. You dig? And let's be real. If he did pull out that AR-15 in his crib, I'm pretty sure he had the right to do that because this man talking crazy, and I'm pretty sure his bodyguard was strapped too, and that's his home. But the point of the matter is his bodyguard snitched and dropped the dime. He called the police department and told Lil Wayne what Lil Wayne did. So I'm trying to show you how a lot of people they portray to be big and bad, tough. But what's the procedure with a gun in your face? That's the whole truth. See, a lot of y'all talk a whole lot of smack. You talk about what you did, what you used to do, how you cut people. But what's the procedure when a gun in your face and somebody got the drop? See? A lot of times, y'all going to fold. You're going to cry. You're going to tell. If you don't die. That's how this whole thing works. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everybody ain't always playing. And sometimes you can cross a person with so many times before they're going to tolerate your BS. You feel me? That's how this works. Stop violating people and you won't get an AR-15 in your face. You know what I'm saying? Or a 9mm. You feel me? Or that Glock 19. You won't get something put in your face. You won't get pistol whipped, allegedly. Leave people alone. Stop violating. Because this bodyguard, he gonna violate and then try to argue and base on a man. And then when that man G-check him, he wanna call the police. See? Just like a lot of y'all gonna do the same thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Just try to avoid confrontation and don't let people in your home and don't let nobody in your circle that eventually you might have to back them down. You understand? Because people love to get extra when they feel like they know you like that. We know this. So this man thought because Lil Wayne was 5'5", 5'5", he thought he wasn't going to do nothing to him. He just going to be doing what he want to do, taking pictures and selling pictures and talking all loud and basing on that man in his own home. You understand? And we know Lil Wayne got goons, but that was personal. Lil Wayne had to let that boy know, yeah, you my bodyguard and you strapped all the time, but I'll give it to you real quick, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Man, the man straight snitch, man. Told you everybody telling, man. That's the world we living in. What they told you, man. The one with the biggest mouth is really the weakest one. You know what I'm saying? That's the first to tell. He gonna drop them dimes. I also spoke on Virgil and his memorial service on how all the celebrities was there. You understand? But really, we don't really care about this because this sounds like a real boring event and it sounds real depressing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's sad that this brother, he passed away from cancer at 41 and he just got a big job as, the director at Louis Vuitton. You understand? But we know a lot of people in the hood can't afford Louis Vuitton. So this don't really apply to a lot of people. And a lot of people don't really care about this. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And this happened in Chicago, where he had this event where all the celebrities pulled up to Chicago yesterday, the same state where Jussie Smollett, the supreme clout chaser, he's going to court right now. And I told y'all, he went to court yesterday. He's still trying to use the defense of he ain't have nothing to do with it. It was a racist attack. And he also trying to put the brothers on blast for being one of his boyfriends. You understand? That's his whole cop out to the whole case. So you know this case is sorry and is lame, and we see where this whole thing is going. This is nothing but shenanigans. You dig? And Jussie Smollett is also making a mockery of the black man, making the black man look real stupid and weak and confused and lost. You dig? Because he did all this for clout. He did all of this because he was getting a lot of hate mail when he was on the show Empire. A lot of people wanted him to get off the show. So he tried to stage this whole event to get popularity and to stay lit. That's why he did this. And it backfired on him. Just like when you try to clout chase, you do stupidity, it's always going to backfire on you. See? That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. But that's bum Jussie. And I told you, you don't trust no man by the name of Jussie. You heard? It's not Jesse, it's Jussie. You don't trust no dude like that. Certain people name will tell you don't trust him. I'm telling you. It's a fact. One thing I'm going to say again before I get up out of here, I told y'all about the mandate that's going down, and it will be coming to your city and your town very soon. You just pay attention. The mayor of New York City, he's announced, you know, that New York is the first state to mandate this situation. It's mandated. And I told you it's a mandate because you're going to have a date set up to get this handled. It's like, you know, some people go out on a date and you make a date when you're going to go to the restaurant, you're going to the club where they making it where you got to have a date with that doctor. You got to have a date with that, you know what I'm saying, with that medicine. That's what they're doing. And it's about 3 weeks to comply, which means before Christmas. This is the situation that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to watch this play out because it's going to get very ugly. And I'm pretty sure the homeless numbers are going to go up and a lot of businesses are going to be shut down. And a lot of illegal immigrants are going to be getting low because we know a lot of them are not going to try to comply. You understand? But let's be real. I got to say this part. I was talking about this yesterday to my peoples. Why do we still support places that we know are roach infested, rat infested? Look at a lot of them businesses in your community that sell the food that we eat or we go to. You know, the restaurants we go to, the places we go, especially in New York City. Some of these places we know we should not still be eating from them. You know, they got mice, roaches, rats. They dirty. They don't clean their floors. You see dirt on the walls, grease stains. Why do we even still eat from these places? Let's be real. And wonder why we keep getting sick. Because some of these people in these businesses, they're not even all the way legit. They got dirty workers that's not supposed to be here, and they selling you your food, playing with you. That's why you be hearing about the salmonella poisoning, all type of stuff. Because you got people that still like to eat from food stands with dirty people. You know the man dirty. You know he dirty, but you still want to eat that food off his cart. You still eating hot dogs and Franks that been sitting in water for 24 hours, same water. You still want to eat them Franks. You know that man just been digging in his butt. You want to still let him make your sandwich. You feel me? You want to go to the pizza shop. You know it's dusty. You see the residue all on the wall, but you're still going to get that pizza. You see? These are some of the places and people that have to be shut down because they live in foul and dirty. And they got to comply and get, you know what I'm saying? They got to get G-check, meaning they got to prove their credentials on, are some of them even rich in this country. Because let's be real, especially in New York City, we know it's not a lot of black-owned businesses, so let's stop playing. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. This don't even apply to certain people. We don't own no Chinese restaurants, or we don't own really no stores for real. And if we do own a store, it's going to be a clothing store 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. Or we going to own a bar, sports bar, something like that. You understand? But we know for a fact, some of these people that sell us this food, you know, the chicken spot, we know a lot of them in there, they don't have no fucking, pardon me, they don't have no ID. They don't have no green card. I've chopped it up with some Arabs that told me they don't got none of that, no paperwork, no nothing. I said, how you get to come and go back and forth? They was like, they don't got no social. You feel me? They don't got no green card. They do. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people here doing what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta always comply. You always gotta fall in line. You always at the end of the road. But there's certain people here doing whatever they want to do and they don't comply. So that's why certain stipulations had to be put in place, because a lot of money has been going under the table. A lot of money has been getting sent. Why you think MoneyGram got strict? Why you think Western Union got strict in the past couple of years? Do y'all remember when Western Union was set up for, if you lost your wallet, you're supposed to build a MoneyGram and get some money without no ID? Why you think in the past years MoneyGram been making you get ID? Because it's been a lot of stipulations of people in the country not supposed to be here, making a whole lot of money and sending it back home. Making tax-free money, sending it back home, flipping it. You dig? They'll come here. You think they're working like a slave, but then they came here, worked for 5 to 10 years, and now they got enough money to go back to their country and buy a mansion. You know what I'm saying? That's how this works. And they've been doing it for so long. So the people are tired of the money leaving the country and it's not being accounted for. And that's also part of why the country has been crumbling. I said this the other day. You gotta notice something. You notice with a lot of these supermarkets, certain locations, so-called foreigners don't even shop there. You understand? They don't even shop at certain places. You don't even see them shopping in public because a lot of them don't even spend their money here. You understand? They don't spend their money here like that. They get what they gotta get, but they don't. You know how we love the Americans. We love to go shopping. We love to bust that bag down. We like to go buy a lot of things. Notice so-called foreigners that they don't do that. They just work, get low. They work, they hide out. When they shop online. A lot of times they don't do that. A lot of times they just work. They get them Western Unions and the money, and they send that money somewhere else. That's what they be doing. They've been doing this for years. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. My point is this: you don't see Mexican immigrants at the club. You can go to any club right now tonight. You ain't gonna see no Mexicans. All right, you ain't gonna see no Chinese people in there chilling at the club, popping bottles in the VIP. They don't do that. That's what we do. We love to pop bottles, pay $600 for the section. They don't do that. You feel me? They get their money, they stack it, and they lay low. But my point is, a lot of them have not been held accountable because some of them not supposed to even be here, and they've been doing too much, getting a whole lot of money, and the country has been crumbling because the money is not circulating. For those who know about money circulating, they say the money has to circulate throughout the community. But a lot of money has not been circulating because a lot of people have been coming here pocketing the money. That's why you've been seeing all these stipulations and money tracking. Trying to tell you what's going on. And these illegal immigrants are also the main ones dealing with the trafficking. How many of y'all seen online about, I seen it myself, and I ain't putting it on nobody, but I seen certain immigrants that's not supposed to be here doing attempted snatchings. Failed snatchers going wrong. I've seen it a couple times. Van pull up, try to snatch so-and-so, and the person might run off and they get away. It's been viral on Facebook. I don't know who's been seeing. I've seen it a couple times. Where you got a lot of people not supposed to be here, they ride around snatching people up. Because that also got to do with trafficking and organ harvesting, allegedly. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's people that's not, I'm gonna say in simple terms, it's people that's here that's not supposed to be here, that can take your life right now and nobody will even know who did it, and they won't get caught because they are really ghosts on paper. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So a lot of this stuff is to track a lot of things down, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna say it again. If you don't live a criminal life, a lot of this stuff you don't have nothing to worry about. You dig? This is simple and plain. But for people who live foul and live under the radar, this is the smoke. You know how you spray the raid. You know what I'm saying? You know how for people they got a heavy roach infestation. You know people been there before you. Y'all know what time it is, and you got to put that fogger in the crib and leave the crib for a little while. Let the crib get fogged out. You dig? You got like that bomb in the crib, that roach bomb, and you got to leave the crib for a couple hours to smoke the whole crib out because there's roaches in the wall, roaches you don't even see. That's what's going on in the country. You know what I'm saying? The whole country got to be smoked out. It got to be clean. It got to be cleaned up because it's too much poverty and too much people hiding behind the scenes, and they don't know where they at. So they got to smoke them out. And it's called pandemic lockdown. Now we're going to see who's who, what's what, and then we're going to let everything back open again. But before we do that, we got to do a G-check on the whole country. That's what's going on. You hear me? And I ain't going to go into too much of that. But I just got to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the chat. Today was a laid-back day. You know what I'm saying? We're going to turn up tonight on Grown Man Talk. Believe that. Miss Brown always in the building. One of the first to come, last to leave. Redemption Goddess. Welcome to the building. Peace and blessings to everybody in the building. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Latasha Jordan. We got the queens and the kings in the building. Here we go. Florida tapping in. East Coast. That's right. East Coast to the West Coast, worldwide, Midwest, everywhere in between, and overseas. You dig? Y'all know how I go down over here, man. That's what it is, man. But like I say, man, and you gotta wake up. Some people gotta wake up. You know what I'm saying? Don't take everything for what it seems. If anything, look, everybody's supposed to have their own opinion. So therefore, you gotta look into some things on your own. Don't believe everything you see on the TV, man. Because the TV get paid off keeping that news going. And sometimes they're gonna say whatever and do whatever to keep that news going. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it works. That's how they make money, man. Every news media outlet is a corporation, man. They gotta get their bread. And as long as they keep them stories coming, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna make their money. My point is, you ain't never ever in your life in America gonna wake up and nothing is on the news. It's always gonna be a story. You gotta know that. It's called media. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be a story. Same thing on YouTube. You know, some people ain't got nothing to say. They'll get on here and start freestyling, saying whatever, because it's media. You know, and media does consist of lies. And on all platforms, you did, because you gotta add sauce to the story. You gotta put juice on it to make people intrigued with what you're saying. You did, and this is the American way. So that's what I'm saying, man. Don't believe everything you hear and see, man. Sometimes it's just entertainment, like what I do. I just entertain. That's it. It's all entertainment. That's it. Don't take it serious. But salute to the chat. Salute to everybody in the building. You understand? I will be, you know what I'm saying, sharing and all that. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the all notification bell. And don't forget to leave a comment. And I meant to tell y'all this too. When you leave a comment, you got to speak correctly, because they will hold your comments. A lot of y'all comments I don't see until a later date. So if I don't respond to your comment, 9 times out of 10, you might have, used all caps. You might have used too many emojis. You might have said certain words, and you got, you know what I'm saying? They'll block you or they'll hold your comment. So when you leave a comment, you make it simple and plain. You don't got to be exclusive, because it'll get detected as spam. Anything that's spam is getting knocked off my channel. You heard? So when you leave a comment, you just talk correctly, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come through. So a lot of like the other day, I had to go through my computer, and I had comments from weeks ago I ain't even seen. I ain't even know I had all them comments. That's why you'll see the other day, y'all might have been getting little notifications about I ain't seeing them, because it's the way certain ones was worded. They don't all come through. They don't come through my phone device or whatever. But definitely leave a comment, subscribe, hit the all notification bell. You understand? And share this video if you feel like it. And if you don't have YouTube channel to share, you share it on other platforms, or you tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. That's how we roll over here. Heard? Told you we all family. We all work behind the scenes, and we not out for no fame. You did. We do this because this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? Genuine love in the building. You know what I'm saying? And with that note, you understand? It's the 4NOFAME Prime Time episode 54. And I'm about to be up out of here. 1,